in China, there's some slight different definitions. So if it's a minor complaints or minor AEs, you do not have to report that to the local entities, MPA offices. Only the serious AE that you have to have certain filing within certain days. So I'm not going to the details, but I'll share the regulations. So you can request an English copy for us as well. But for innovation pathway approval products, all AEs, minors or serious adverse events needs to be filed. So pay attention to what needs to be filed, because what we have seen is that especially smaller manufacturers, they use distributors. So they give access to the distributors to the national AE database that I mentioned. Since this implementation measures for the management reevaluation of medical device adverse events that kicked in January 1st of 2019, at the same time, the national AE database was set up as well. And distributors enter this information. They don't know. They're not QA. They have no idea of the quality system. As I mentioned, China is really barren in that area, especially for the local sales office, the local distributors. So certain complaints were entered into the database, which should not be. So that's why I pull out the AE and want to make sure you are aware of it. So for the, this is the definition of AE. It's really for the approved in China medical devices that may cause human injury. And serious injury includes life-threatening, permanent damage to the function or structure of the body and require medical intervention to prevent. So I'm not going through the AE details, what to do and how to remediate, but I just want to make sure you are aware of the trend going on and making sure that you have the proper people. If you don't, please contact us. We can do a risk assessment in this area for you, as well as your process. So as you can see, since 2019, when the database was kicked in, the first year you see it's a big jump now. And this year, last year, 2021, it was over 25% increase from the year before. And in China, it has been, the manufacturer typically do not submit a lot of AEs. A lot of the AEs actually were directly submitted from the hospital. And I'll show you the database. The hospital has access to this AE database as well. But if you look at the serious adverse events, it's only about 6% in 2021. This is pretty consistent in the past few years about AE, serious adverse events, about 5 to 6%. And if you look at the top 10 medical devices, if your device is in these categories, you should be careful, especially, the top one is the infusion type of devices, and then followed by the diagnostic monitoring, physical therapy, testing equipment. These are the top 10 type of related AEs. So, and we didn't cover recall in this talk, but sometimes recall is pretty important when you have, especially for the not so experienced people. We just helped actually one client avoid a recall for wrong definition of classifying it. It was an AE triggered event, but whether you should do a recall or not, there's a lot of science there. How to interpret it between the US and China or the EU. So, I mentioned about the importance of having a local representative who understands the system and the requirements, because this is a national database. In this national database, it captures all the AE events, complaints that sometimes were wrongly filed into this as well. So as you can see that the national and IPA can see everything. And then the provincial can see their share. And then you have the district can see their share. The hospitals can access it as well to directly file based on your certificate. And then the manufacturer has it as well. So as an overseas manufacturer, you have this access. If you delegate us as your legal agent, we would have help you to enter what's required and help you monitor this database as well. So it's really essential. I want to emphasize what you enter into here, what the process you should follow. So make sure you have qualified people like us to be your gatekeeper.